All right, guys, so this is adding decimals, and it's strictly practice. So it says add, use base 10 blocks, draw each result in the table. So if you have base 10 blocks, you can totally use them to help you, but you actually don't need them if you make a code for yourself, which I'm gonna do for you guys. So I am gonna zoom in on number 2. So hopefully you can see that. Okay, so up here I'm gonna do my key. So base 10 blocks, you guys know that we usually use them for ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. Well, if you look here, you'll see that we have ones, tenths, and hundreds. So we're actually gonna be modifying those blocks to fit less than a whole number. So up here, I'm gonna make my key so I know what to put in these boxes. So we're gonna start with tens, not tenths, tens. So for the tens, I'm gonna draw a 3-dimensional cube. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a key. So this indicates tens. So after or before tens, we have ones. And for ones, we're gonna put just a square. So now we're at the decimal. So the first place value we have after the decimal is tenths. And for the tenths, we're gonna just use a stick. And this is tenths, T-E-N-T-H-S, tenths. And then after tenths, we have hundreds. And for the hundreds, we're gonna use a tiny little cube or a little square. And this is hundredths. Hundredths with the T-H-S at the end, not hundreds. So now that I have my key, I'm gonna look over here and start putting these in here. So you can still use your whiteboard to add the standard form together, which I am gonna do. I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna turn it sideways so we can see here. So it says 3/10 plus 4/10. So here I have 0.3 plus 0.4. Well, I know 3 plus 4 is 7. 0 plus 0 is 0, and then I just drop it. So my answer is 7/10. So I need to show this answer with base 10 blocks. So I don't have anything in the ones place. So I don't even have to put my one square. So I have to do it with these two. I'm gonna do it with these two shapes. So I have 7. And how I did this is I literally added all 3. So I'm gonna say that I have first here 3/10. So here's my 3/10, my sticks. 1, 2, 3. And if you want to indicate, you can say, oh, that's 0.3 plus my 4/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 0.4. And this automatically indicates to your teacher that you know what you're doing because you have that. Well, how many tenths do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tenths, which is exactly what we got. So now we're gonna move on to one that's a little bit more complicated, and you have to, you're gonna have to be moving shapes into different columns. So we're gonna go ahead and do number 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and shimmy this up. Okay, so now you'll see we have whole numbers mixed in with decimals. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the standard algorithm first. So I have 3 and 71 hundredths plus 1 and 53 hundredths. So I'm gonna do 3.71 plus 1.53. So I know that 1 plus 3 is 4, 7 plus 5, and I'm gonna count out loud, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Leave the 2, carry the 1, or regroup as we say. 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, and then drop the decimal. So our answer is 5 and 24 hundredths. So now my base 10 drawing needs to indicate this, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I'm gonna do the first one for the first number first, 3 and 71 hundredths. So we're just dealing with, right now we're dealing with tenths and hundreds before we get in here. So for the tenths right here, well, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. So we have 3 wholes first. So for the wholes for ones, it's a square. So I have 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. I have 7/10. That's the stick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1/100th, which is my little tiny square. Okay, that indicates 3 71/100ths. So now I'm gonna add in my 1 whole here, my 5/10, 3, 4, 5, and it does help to count out loud to keep yourself checked. And then my 3/100ths. 1, 2, 3. So everything is correct so far. Well, our answer had 5 24/100ths. Well, right now I only have 4. So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to regroup. Whenever you have 10 of anything in these columns, you circle it and then move it over to the next column. That indicates that your number is getting bigger. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tenths. Well, I need to take 10 of those, and I'm gonna count them out right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You circle these 10, and you move them into the ones column, because now you have a whole. So these are no longer there. By circling them, that indicates to your instructor that you've moved them over. So all you have here now is 2, and now our answer is correct. So if you look here, I have 4/100ths, which I do. I have 2/10ths, which are right here. And then I have 5 ones, and I have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer is correct. And that is all you do to complete these base 10 decimal addition problems.